Brownsville as is with
A for Ashana.
S for Sonia. And you can see
Yes.
where we are at today. We're in the Douglas community, and I am so excited about this, Ashana. My first time here, even though I've heard so much about the area, and I'm loving just my first views of it.
I know. Let me tell you, isn't it gorgeous out here?
It is.
It's gorgeous. It's a place of really retreat, it seems like, for Haywood County. I am so excited, Sonia, to get a chance to speak with three local women who can share the story of the Douglas community. And that would be from Miss Laverne Tucker, Miss Nadine Lee, as well as Miss Marie Bond. These ladies have a plethora of knowledge about the Douglas community. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go hear them.
Let's go. Y'all come on.
Okay, the Douglas community is one of those unique communities I would think you would think of it as, because it was carved out of a plantation that was owned by J.E. Douglas. And J.E. Douglas had the plantation. He had his sharecroppers on the plantation. And then he sold the plantation to the federal government. And that's how we got the Douglas community. The federal government divided it up into small farms and sold it to black farmers. And black farmers were able to get a start. And it started off with, I think there were 19 farmers that bought it. And then it extended and expanded. And over the years, it ended up, I think, about 38 families bought farms over here. And that was the beginning of the Douglas community. But previous to that, J.E. Douglas had sold land to several black farmers that did not live in this particular area. Those farms are on the other side of Stanton Cocoa Road. So those black farmers had land in the 1890s, where this area only became available to black farmers in the 1930s. So that's the origin of the Douglas community.
And then they added on with a Douglas school, right? What about the Douglas church?
Well, they added the school as they built the farms. I think the school opened in 1938. Now, Douglas Church is on property that J.E. Douglas donated to the church.
Okay.
The church had several disasters. The two disasters happened. It was across the road where the cemetery is at Douglas.
Yes, okay.
And when the tornado destroyed it, then J.E. Douglas donated land across the road.
For the church.
For the church. And that's how we got to be Douglas Church.
The community, as itself, we are a working community, we work together. And there's not a whole lot of funds coming in, but we keep the lights and the insurance and the building up by different things. One thing is the members donate money every month. We pay dues, and then we give extra. Also, we have weddings here. We have family reunions here. And we have birthdays and Easter eggs hunting. And we have all kinds of activities here. And on a daily basis, really, in the summertime, the boys just love playing basketball. And that's our main goal during the week time. We don't run this center now every day. There's nobody here every day. But it was once upon a time that I got a grant through the United Methodist Church that we had it open every day. We had Mr. Byrne brought forth after school program, and we always had summer program. But in the summer program we started, and it was Miss Laverne, Miss Evans, and myself. We started a summer program in 1995 here because the children didn't have anything to do. So we started in '95, and I'm telling you, we had sometime over 100 children. If you really want to have some fun, every second Saturday in August. We call that the, come on, help me out, you guys, let's get started before I
Homecoming
got here.
Heritage Festival,
Homecoming Heritage Festival, and with
better
that,
known as August Fest.
yes, and we
It has
have,
a lot of names.
it does, and that is one of our biggest fundraisers. That is our biggest day. We have some people coming from all over the United States that have once gone here.
The history of that is that when those farmers bought this land over here, they decided that they needed to have a day that they all came together as families and celebrated, and they called it the 8th of August. They celebrated on the 8th of August, and that happened up until probably in the 60s. Came back as the Homecoming Heritage Festival or August Fest. And the lady that started that was a lady named Miss Fanny Mathis. In the galleries, we don't call it a museum because it's just something that we put together as a community. I started it in probably 2003, I think it was, that I started just putting things together. And the reason I started was simply because I knew we were going to be having our Homecoming Heritage Festival, and I didn't want people to just come for the same thing every year. I tried to add a little something to make it interesting, so that's how the galleries got started. And the first gallery was dedicated to Mr. Theodore Giles. Now, Mr. Giles was one of those teachers that everybody adored. Just like Ms. Dodson, everybody adored Mr. Giles. And he was our agriculture and shop teacher. Carolyn Granberry put Miss Martha Ann Jones in there. And Dr. Johnette O'Neill, who has passed away, dedicated the room that Miss Dodson taught in. She didn't teach all 43 years in there, but she taught a good amount of them in that particular room. So Janetta and her son, Dr. Wayne Bowles, got that room together and put it together for her. And the theater, we call it our Performance Art Theater, is dedicated to Miss Eunice Sweet. I don't know if you all remember her, but she taught 3rd and 4th grade over here. And one of her main things was to have plays. And she also liked to do dances, and she was a performance person. And so we dedicated that to her. And now we're in the process of getting our alumni museum together. And that's where Dr. Jesse Cannon is the first entry in that.
But what I admired about the Douglas community, the men were so strong. They all worked in together and made things happen.
John A. Bond, I tell you, he was a wonderful man. But he was very interested in this community. When we were trying to get, going with this project. So John A. was interested in everything. I mean, most things, I put it that way. And when they were talking about getting this for a community center, Mr. Jesse Cannon and Mr. Thad Turner and Big John went to a school board meeting. That's how we got this property and these buildings at the school board meeting that night. So he was very instrumental in getting things done.
It's part of me. I just love it. And I try to instill in my children, to love it, even though I know you won't come back, and but love it and support it.
So I'm saying that if you could get one spark, because the Bible teaches us that one can chase 1,000 and two can chase 2,000. So we are believing and we are praying that a spark will always be here at the Douglas Community Center.
Well, Sonia, what do you think?
I always kind of think I know stuff, and I find out I don't know anything. This has been a very educational visit.
That's right. Very enlightening.
Yes, yes.
You know, the Douglas community has really served as a treasure to Haywood County. So much rich heritage to still be a functioning organism. You know, they're even having the Douglas Community Senior Fellowship where, you know, the people come here and they play bingo, they may share a meal and conversations and just keep in contact with each other.
And that's every Thursday, right?
Yes, right.
So people can come and view this beautiful building and exhibits and learn more about the community.
That's right.
And not just people in this community. All of Haywood County needs
That's right.
to know about this.
I believe they would welcome everyone with open arms.
Me too.
It's
They did
been-
us.
That's absolutely, hey, I think we should come back.
Yes.
All right, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
All right, see y'all.
Bye.
Bye.